Yeah, the disco thing is huge. It basically started because there's a record store where I grew up in Calgary that had an amazing collection, and the guy didn't think that disco was worth anything, so he put the price for $1 for all the old disco records. And looking to sample stuff as a producer just starting, I would buy some funk records for some breaks, but these records were too expensive because all the hip-hop producers wanted them. And the disco singles were $1, so I learned everything about the music I could because I would go in maybe with $100 and leave with 100 records. It was beautiful. And for 3 or 4 years it was like this, and listening to these records made me realize that dance music has this history to it that tends to be ignored because everybody wants to hear the new sound, the new trend, the new synthesizer that can make the craziest noise. But in reality, the elements of a good dance track have remained the same for almost 30 years. And that's good songwriting, good production, and good musicianship. So when we release records on my label, Homebreakin', we always include dub mixes and some acapellas and things for people to use creatively when DJing or producing, because I feel like that's an important part of the whole culture that has to keep going, is this constant exchange of ideas and musical thought. So the disco thing's huge for that. Yeah, well, it depends. When I'm traveling internationally, it's a little harder sometimes to get the gear that I use at home. But when we play in Canada or when we play festivals, there's a whole range of styles that we'll play with. If it's a smaller club gig, I'll play just with the guitar and the DJ set because it's easy to set up and I can go in after the other DJ and plug my stuff in and play. The biggest one that people might know internationally is called Shambhala Music Festival, and most of these good festivals take place in British Columbia, which is the west coast of Canada. That's a 15,000 person festival, and there's 6 or 7 stages with probably the highest production value I've ever seen. But I want to focus on another festival that's been really close to my heart called Soundwave, which takes place on a little island right off Vancouver. So you drive about 8 hours from Vancouver, you take a boat, and it's right on the ocean, and you camp in, beautiful ancient forest, 300-year-old trees. That's a deep house festival that really influenced me. So there's more, but those are the 2 that are really worth checking out. I actually made some tracks especially for D.Edge because the last time I was in Brazil, I came into this club and I was blown away. I couldn't believe that someone put this much work into an environment, and from top to bottom, the ethic is about the music. And it's really rare to find a club owner that has a vision musically that matches the environment that he's created, so that when you come in here, you don't feel really like you're in a club. You feel like you've entered a musical spaceship or something. Like right now, I don't even feel like I'm in a bar. So I've created some tracks with my studio partner in Vancouver to reflect that, and I've got some live guitar to play alongside it to add some extra flavor. So there'll be a lot of original material that's never been played anywhere before tonight, and then those records will be coming out on labels in the next couple of years, and yeah, heard it here first.